Hi, my name is Ellen. I want to tell you about my living arrangement. The living arrangement that I was in, it was unspeakable. It was awful. I had cracks in my floors, and my windows was not airproof. I mean, the house was really falling apart, and I didn't know what to do. I always dreamed of a better place to live, but I just didn't have the money to pay for it. So one day, my sister called me, which is in the was in the Habitat house before me, and she told me about this form that Habitat had sent her in the mail, and she said, "Ella, I'm gonna bring the form over to you," but then I rejected it. I said no because that might be your blessing, but that blessing might not be for me, and that's and so she told me. She said, "Well, okay." So I pondered with it for like 3 months. And she called me back again. She said, "You still want to? Do you want to sign up for Habitat?" And I was like, she said, "Well, just think about it. Just think about it." And she said, "Anyway, what do you have to lose?" So I looked around my house and I seen it was falling apart, and I was like, "Yeah, what do I have to lose?" So I said, "Okay." So I went to their orientation, and the orientation was good. It was telling me about what I needed and what I had to do to get into the program, and that means paying out off old debts and doing equity sweat hours. And so I said, "Well, I can do that." So they had a class, and the class was teaching on budget and everything. So I learned from that class, and it taught me how to pay off debts, old debts, and pay important bills before I go and do anything else through Habitat. So I said, "This is a good program." This is what I was thinking to myself. And I said to myself, "I'm glad that I did get in this program because I was trying to find other means, but the miracles were right there in front of me. That miracle was Habitat. And when I really realized that, then that opened me up to realize that's the place I was supposed to be. Right there in that organization, in that ministry, that Habitat ministry. Because it is truly a ministry. Because it's helping other people. And so through that, I became very excited. I was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting me a house, a real house, a house without cracks, a house without walls falling apart and ceiling get ready to fall, cave in, and more than one bedroom, 1 or 2 bedroom, more than one bathroom." And so when I asked God, I said, "God, I want me a 4 bedroom house with a 2 full bathroom." And I said, "And I'm depending on you to give it to me." Okay, when I started, it was like, "Well, Ella, you can't afford a 4 bedroom house because you don't have the funds for it." And then what happened is this: when we went to every house, it wasn't but one key left, and that key was to the house with the 4 bedroom with 2 bathrooms. So I knew that was my house. And so what happened, I didn't automatically buy the house. I went into transitional housing, which I paid rent every month. Because at the old house I was living in, I didn't pay rent because that was the house my mom left. And I couldn't afford to build it up because it was so torn down. I didn't have the money. So when Habitat came into my life was unmanageable. But when they came into there, I began to focus. I began to see things rising up for me. I began to see one of my dreams coming true. And that's a dream of owning a home without walking through the house and seeing insects coming up through the floors, real cold in the house, and the heat didn't do no good because the window wasn't airtight. So in this moment, I realized I did take the right step. And Habitat has done so much for me in my life because they gave me an opportunity to own my own home, to say this land is mine, this house is mine. And the opportunity through that, the payment was low enough for me to be able to afford, to be able to say, "Well, this house I will have, this house I will own, and this house I will keep." And through Habitat, it made everything complete. And when I closed on it, it was so much joy in my heart. It was unspeakable. And beside, they gave me a refrigerator. They gave me a stove. They gave me a dream. A dream. Can't everybody can't give you a dream, but Habitat gave me a dream. And the house that I live in is my dream. And that's why I thank them so